The 1955 Oldsmobile is more than just a car, it's a rolling time capsule, a symbol of post-war American optimism, and a testament to an era when automobiles weren't just modes of transportation but works of art, brimming with chrome, curves, and character. When we first laid eyes on this particular example, it was hard to imagine it had once turned heads and inspired envy. Decades of neglect had taken a toll. The once proud body was riddled with rust, the chrome dulled to a lifeless gray, the interior sagging and torn, and under the hood, the engine sat frozen in time, seized and silent. It was the kind of project that many would walk away from, but to us, it was an opportunity, a chance to bring a forgotten icon back to life. The Oldsmobile brand in the 1950s was all about combining style, innovation, and performance. Models like the 88 and 98 were at the forefront of the American automotive scene, powered by the now legendary rocket V8 engine. In 1955, Oldsmobile was thriving, boasting bold two-tone paint schemes, generous chrome accents, and interiors that blended luxury with modernity. This car, when new, represented the height of mid-century American engineering. Seeing it in such a deteriorated state was heartbreaking, but also motivating. We knew that buried under years of corrosion and dust was a gem worth saving. The restoration began with a complete teardown. Every panel, every nut, and every bolt was carefully removed, labeled, and inspected. The first task was to address the heart of the car, the engine. This Oldsmobile came equipped with its original rocket V8, a revolutionary powerplant in its day, known for delivering strong performance with smooth reliability. Unfortunately, decades of sitting idle meant the internal components were locked up. We disassembled the engine completely, cleaning each piece, machining the block, replacing worn parts, and restoring it to factory specifications. Once reassembled, that V8 roared back to life with the same throaty confidence it had nearly 70 years ago. The transmission was next. While many Oldsmobiles of this era were equipped with automatics, this one had a manual gearbox, adding a touch of driver engagement that's rare today. We rebuilt it from the inside out. New bearings, fresh synchros, and careful adjustments to ensure it shifted as smoothly as it did in the 1950s. The clutch system was also refurbished, providing crisp, precise engagement. Underneath the car, the chassis showed signs of wear and age. Rust had eaten into several key areas, compromising the car's structural integrity. We cut out the affected sections, welded in new steel, and reinforced the frame. The suspension system was also fully overhauled. New bushings, shocks, and springs restored the ride quality to that classic Oldsmobile smoothness. The bodywork was perhaps the most visually dramatic part of the restoration. Stripping away the old paint revealed the scars of time, pitted steel, dents, and rust holes that had to be painstakingly repaired. Our team took a no-shortcuts approach. Each panel was reshaped, smoothed, and treated to prevent future corrosion. Once the metalwork was complete, the body was prepped for paint. We chose a period-correct color scheme that perfectly captured the elegance of 1955, rich, deep tones complemented by a flawless clear coat that made the car gleam like it had just rolled out of the showroom. The chrome trim, bumpers, and badges were all removed and sent out for replating. When they returned, they sparkled with a mirror-like finish, framing the car's curves with timeless brilliance. Inside, the Oldsmobile's cabin had suffered the ravages of time just as badly as the exterior. The seats were torn, the foam disintegrated, and the headliner hung in tatters. We sourced period-correct upholstery materials to bring the interior back to its original glory. The seats were rebuilt from the frame up, with fresh padding and stitching that matched factory patterns. Door panels, carpeting, and trim pieces were either restored or faithfully reproduced. The dashboard, with its sweeping lines and chrome accents, was carefully refinished, and the original gauges were refurbished to full working order. Every switch, knob, and handle was polished or replaced, ensuring the interior didn't just look authentic, it felt authentic. Electrical systems were another critical part of the revival. We rewired the entire car to modern safety standards while preserving the original appearance of the harness and connections. The lighting, from the distinctive bullet-shaped taillights to the bright, welcoming headlights, now shines like new. Even the period radio was restored, giving it the ability to pick up modern frequencies while maintaining its vintage faceplate and controls. With the mechanicals complete, the body restored, and the interior renewed, it was time for final assembly. Reuniting the chassis with the body was a milestone moment. Everything we had worked on for months was finally coming together. Each piece of trim, each emblem, each small detail was carefully installed, bringing the Oldsmobile back to life piece by piece. The final result was breathtaking. The car that once sat neglected and forgotten now stood proud and gleaming, ready to turn heads just as it did in 1955. The first test drive was nothing short of magical. The rocket V8 responded instantly, its smooth yet powerful delivery reminding us why this engine became legendary. The manual transmission clicked through gears with precision, and the suspension soaked up bumps with that plush, floating quality that defined mid-century American luxury cars. Rolling down the road, people couldn't help but stop and stare, some giving a thumbs up, others pulling out their phones to snap a picture. This wasn't just a restored car, it was a moving piece of history. Restoring a classic like this is more than just a mechanical process, it's an emotional journey. Each step is a bridge between past and present, honoring the craftsmanship of the original builders while ensuring the car can be enjoyed for decades to come. For us, the reward wasn't just in seeing the finished product, but in knowing that we had saved a piece of automotive heritage from being lost forever. The 1955 Oldsmobile now stands as a tribute to an era when cars were bold, distinctive, and built to inspire. Every curve, every chrome accent, every rumble of the engine tells a story, not just of the people who built it, but of the people who loved it, drove it, and made memories with it. By bringing this car back to life, we've given it the chance to create new memories for future generations. If you've enjoyed this journey through the restoration of a true American classic, there's more to come. Our workshop is full of projects, each with its own story, its own challenges, and its own rewards. By liking, sharing, and subscribing, you'll be part of a community that values history, craftsmanship, and the sheer joy of driving something unique. Together, we'll keep these legends alive, one car at a time. This Oldsmobile's transformation from a rusted relic to a gleaming showpiece is a reminder that no matter how far gone something seems, with enough dedication, skill, and passion, it can be brought back better than ever. The road ahead for this car is long and bright, and we're honored to have played a part in writing the next chapter of its story. Whether it's cruising down Main Street on a sunny afternoon or drawing crowds at a classic car show, this 55 Olds is ready to inspire all over again, just as it did nearly 70 years ago. And that's the true beauty of restoration. It doesn't just preserve history, it puts it back in motion.